I asked the Instagram ferret community what are reasons people shouldn't get a ferret. These are just a few. I did pin that, so if you end up wanting to go look, there's like 190 comments. It's not that other people don't want you to have ferrets, it's we want you to realize what you're getting into. You might not know. So ferrets can have a lot of health issues. Ferrets poop like every 4 hours.
If you're lucky.
So much poop. So much poop. They get into everything, even when you think they're not going to. No sense of self-preservation. This guy yeets off of everything. When you think they've forgotten something that they're obsessed with, they didn't. They're just waiting. And then they'll become obsessed with it again, won't they?
What are you talking about? I'm just an innocent little nugget.
There are a lot of things that you can't have because you have a ferret. Like no glasses, drinking from a sippy cup instead of a real cup. Which reminded me, did I leave my cup out there? So someone said they can't have wine glasses in their house because of ferrets, and yeah, that's probably true. I don't have any nubs on any of my Nintendo Switch controllers because of Goose. He tries to eat them, and he almost got sick once. So you have to be willing to give up a lot of things. They sleep a lot, but they also need like at least 6 hours of playtime a day. If you like going out, doing things, have after-school activities, you still have to make sure they get their 6 hours of freedom and interaction. Well, they're exotic, so you need a special vet. You need to have a plan on what emergency places take exotics. Look, mochi earring. It's a mochi earring and a waffle. Did you give me kisses? Not all of the ferrets are going to be the same. They all have very big different personalities. Like Goose, we have one snuggle ferret, and that's Goose when he's tired, but that's because he's old. He did not want to snuggle when he was younger. Stella still doesn't want to be touched. Tara's kind of indifferent to people unless you have a Kong. Nugget doesn't sit still. Waffles is very needy and likes to be rocked, but everybody has their own quirks. Just because you saw someone on the internet who has a ferret in one way, you might get a completely different personality. Especially like if you end up with one like Celis who just doesn't want anything to do with you, that happens. They will take everything that is not nailed down.
Even stuff that is.
Go ahead. Stuff is going to go missing all the time. We mentioned vet bills, but I'm just going to say it again. Vet bills. Vet bills. Exotic, exotic, exotic vet bills. They do have a smell. Not what you think. Mine smell like kind of like a corn chip. Other people saying that they have a smell. Other people saying that they stink. So much time and effort. Not just attention, love, freedom, but also cleaning. See? Needy. Needy! They become weirdly obsessed. They figure things out, by the way, so don't ever think that whatever you ferret-proofed is ferret-proofed. You have to continuously ferret-proof, continuously, over and over. And sometimes out of the middle of nowhere, they'll get like weird habits. Like, Waffles never used to be obsessed with shoes, and now he's obsessed with taking my insoles of shoes. And biting the bottom rubber of shoes, so like we have to lock the shoes away. I'm not saying you shouldn't have ferrets, I just want you to understand why it might not be a good fit for you. When Nugget's first video went viral, I had someone who messaged me and was like, I got a ferret because of you. And right after they said, I had to rehome it because I'm not a good fit for them. And I was like, at least you rehomed them, but that's also really sad. Because you see a cute ferret on the internet and you're like, I could do that. Anxiety is real. Anxiety is real with the amount of problems that they can have. You're always constantly looking at them, checking on them, like Cheap having his really deep sleep the other day. Yeah. You have to be willing to understand that they are obligate carnivores. They're not going to get along, especially if you have smaller animals. Like if you put a ferret in a room with a rat, the smell could upset the rats because they are predator. This right here is a vicious predator. Yeah. I go yeet! It's predator. That's my earring. That's my mochi earring. You have to be willing to get up whenever you hear anything from a room that is not normal, and you have to be willing to get up when you hear nothing from another room and they're free. Because if there's nothing, something could be wrong. If there's a sound, something could be wrong. So you're constantly just going to get up and check on them all the time. So if you don't like getting up and just randomly checking on things... What's that face? Look like a Muppet. Obligate carnivores. There's a lot of misinformation about ferrets on the internet, and you have to be willing to accept when people are saying something to you and accept that you're going to have to look it up and learn for yourself. There's a lot of items that are marketed wrong at ferrets, and you have to do your due diligence and investigate that because most of the snacks and treats and stuff, they're not good for them. They get into everything. You can't go on vacation unless you find people who have ferrets, or have come to your house and you've explained everything to them. They're very social, and you shouldn't have one. which means you're going to have more than one. Also, some of them, like Nugget, are very interactive with people, so she needs hands-on playtime with me, specifically.
She loves me. Yeah, I do. I love you so much.
She wants one-on-one time specifically with me to play with her. She doesn't go after Micah as much. If they do something wrong, they don't understand, so you can't yell at them. It's not going to matter. You can't tell them no, they're not going to understand. Jellybone, sometimes you might find them in a state of, like, coma, thinking that they're not there anymore. No, they're sleeping. They give you a heart attack. Many people have summed it up as they're like having perpetual toddlers, which is true. Like, nonstop. They can't tell you what's wrong. They can't tell you what they want. They can kind of hint They can hint very strongly. Your house may never be clean again. I have not seen the floors in my bedroom in a very long time because they're covered in beds. Yeah, beds, comfy sleep. Fun fact you may not know. The underside of my couch is completely covered with cardboard. It is hot glued with cardboard and nails. And the couch cover, that is also hot glued on because I don't want the ferrets getting under the couch cushion because I don't want to sit on them. I don't want them getting into the couch because I can't see into the couch, so I don't know if it's safe. So, things you don't know. My couch is a disaster, but it's safe. It's a safe disaster. They are stubborn. Nugget doesn't live in the cage. The older babies do, but Nugget doesn't because Nugget learned if she bites the bars, Mom would take her out because they don't want her to mess up her teeth. So now Nugget has her own room and has her own little team anxiety posse that hangs out with her because once she figured it out, why are you wet?
Lace. Soggy baffles.
Sometimes they just like to splash water all over your house. You can't just give them any treats you want. I know a lot of people like to give their pets treats. They're very specific on what they can have, and like I said, a lot of stuff marketed is not good for them. Pretty much if it says the word Marshall on it, like Marshall food or anything like that, it's probably not good for them. The cage, the good cage alone is like, I think it's like 300-ish. It could be 400 by now. I don't know. I got mine years ago. But the good cage for them is the Ferret Nation cage. That is a good cage. Double Ferret Nation cage. A lot of the other cages are not good. They don't have enough space for them. They sleep for like 18 hours a day. And sometimes the time when they want to play is the time when you're trying to sleep because for some reason Mochi really likes to play in macaroni at 4 a.m. She also likes to play in it at 1 a.m. And now Cheap likes to play with macaroni at 5 a.m. So you have to be willing to deal with that. So that's just some reasons. If that was helpful, I will do a part 2. But I gotta go poke a Nugget right there because she's moody.